go. Alright mud lovers, how you doing? I'm with Big Bear Matt today.
Morning.
And we are going mudlarking, which means looking for anything old and interesting on the River Thames foreshore when the tide goes out. We've got another friend coming today, Tim. You might have seen him in previous videos, just waiting for him to turn up. And we go down the foreshore and get some luck in the muck. What say you?
Perfect, let's do it.
Let's do it. Well, first find up is an indiscriminate piece of rolled lead. It would be nice if it had a Roman curse on it, you never know. I'll unfold that gently later when I'm back home, put it in some hot water, unfold it, and you never know, it could be something cool on the inside. Stick around with the clean up, find out. Could be a Roman curse, could be a scrap piece of lead. You never know until you unfold it. That's pretty cool. Matt's just found this. It looks very much like it might have been part of a pilgrim's badge. In fact, do you know what I think that is? Looking at the style of that, yeah, you might be able to unfold that and get a little bit more detail out of that. From the top bit there, where the way it's cast in lead, I'd say it's either a pilgrim's badge or it's an early toy, like a cast toy. Yeah, that's a good little find, mate. Well done.
Thank you very much.
Well done, Foggy.
What?
Yeah, Matt, down there. See it? I've got a nice little ring.
Right down there.
Just down there. Let's pick it up. Nice. It's a big old thing, isn't it? I don't know if it is a ring. Feels like a ring. Oh, sorry guys. Yeah, I don't think it's gold.
You don't?
Oh look, it's got something on the... Is it a ring or curtain ring? I think it's brass. But it does clean up right. I'll have to check it
on the inside.
Not that I can see. Let me give it a little clean. Oh bloody hell, hold on. I thought there was some writing on the inside there, but I think it's just my fingerprints. But no, I think it is a ring because it's got a little thing there. I imagine so. And it's beveled on the inside, which means it was meant to be worn. Any writing in there? Let me give it a quick clean up and see if there's any writing. Did it fit you, Matt?
Oh,
Do you know what? It's a perfect fit, man.
It's a shame I'm married already.
Love on the foreshore.
There's no hallmark on it.
There's no hallmark. No, it's probably just a little cheap man's brass ring. Still, I like it. It's a big old lump though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well found, sir.
Thank you. Actually, it's quite a nice. It feels really nice actually on the finger. You might be tempted to wear that. Whoa. This is Tim, mudlarking buddy and metal detecting partner of the future. Yes, I had this, dear.
Ah, get out of town. That's beautiful.
It's only brass, we think, but
that's beautiful.
But I'm happy with the ring. Don't find many rings these days, so I mean, it's got a bit of age to it. It's quite crudely made, and it's definitely a ring. Yeah, man, it just sort of popped out of me. Luckily for me.
More church warden pipes than I can smoke, but it's all different sizes, and for me,
you love a pipe.
This is enough. It's a nice fresh day. You've got to get out. You know, where you can, wherever you are in England.
That's right. Get out and get some luck in the muck.
Honestly, I'm loving it. So it's great.
Well, we just come down to a new little spot, and already I found this weird thing, which I don't know what it is. Obviously it's modern. In fact, it looks like it might be some sort of Indian offering or something. It's got some, and a little crown above it. Some Hebrew or Hindi or something, forgive me, I don't know.
Simon, what's your patch? Where do you want to start?
Mate, go wherever you want. I think you'll find plenty of coins here. Look at him. Whoa.
There's lots of glass, yeah.
He's cool, isn't he?
There's lots of coins as well.
That's nicely made. Oh, check out this little spot, see if there's anything else. Oh, it's quite obvious there, that little marble. Apparently it's made in Germany, so I've been told. I just found this old key. I'll tap a bit of the rust off, see what's underneath the crusty exterior. Oh, pretty gone. Any old iron, any old iron. Now, if you guys are like me and you like your Indiana Jones, this looks just like the Cup of Christ, the Holy Grail. How mad is that? It's a little sensor though. You'd have put your candle in there, and the waft would have gone through. You can see the holes underneath there. The scent would have gone up through. Now, I've got a feeling this is modern, right? It's got to be modern. I mean, it's very crude. There's no chance this could be of any real age, could there be? Yeah, it can't be modern. It can't be old. It's probably a little thing that someone's thrown in. But by jolly, does it not look old? There's a nice patina on there as well. That's really cool. Do you watch Indiana Jones? You know the Cup of Christ?
No. Oh yeah, I see. I know.
So if I drink from the cup, it means I'm going to live forever. I don't really want to live forever, do you? No, not at the moment. Cool find though. That looked great with a little bit of lighting. I'm really hoping it's old, but it can't be. It can't be. Still cool find though. During our mudlarking visit, we walked past Cleopatra's Needle that sits proudly on the embankment. It's hard to imagine that this ancient Egyptian obelisk is 3,500 years old. It was given as a gift to Britain in 1819 by Muhammad al-Pasha, and as kind as that was, the cost of shipping prevented it from coming to these shores for decades. I don't think they had a stamp big enough. It laid in Alexandria until 1867, where they were sick of the sight of it and it was going to be used as building material. But a man called James Edward Alexander had a whip round and made plans to retrieve the 200-ton sculpture made of red granite. Its journey to London wasn't without drama. A steamship was towing a purpose-built ship called Cleopatra that contained the needle. The weather was atrocious and the crew of Cleopatra got into serious trouble. The steamship sent 6 volunteers to go and save the crew, but their boat overturned and they all sadly drowned. The Cleopatra had to be cut free and it was thought it would be lost forever. However, 5 days later it was seen near Spain calmly bobbing about and it was finally brought to London. This is one of a pair. The other resides in Central Park in New York. Paris has one too, and its twin is in Luxor. There are only about 30 of these ancient obelisks left in the world, and most of them aren't even in Egypt. But you can blame the Romans for that. They didn't like them very much and destroyed many of them. Their original purpose was religious, to point to the heavens, and were used in the entrances of temples. At the bottom it has the names of the men that were lost trying to save the crew of the Cleopatra on that fateful day. So I've got a little find here and I'm going to show Tim, well I'm going to let Tim dig it out. It's a real classic this is. Ready? You're in London, what are you going to find? Lift a bit. That's your right, sorry, you're right.
Oh, a new phone, that is what I needed.
Well, there we go, look at that.
Lovely. Please stop chucking your phones in the river.
Tell you what though, that's a nice iPhone. Might even turn on. If I can turn this on, I'll find the owner and return it, even just for the memories that might be on there, not necessarily for the phone. That's quite a nice one though, not sure what model it is, not overly old. Hey. Who's the jammiest mudlarker today, I reckon? There's something in this little puddle. This little button, I think. Oh, there's something on it. Ooh! That's nice, that'll clean up alright. Probably a military button. Oh, there's some words on there. Oh, I should be able to clean that up. Excellent. Lovely little military button. Oh yeah, you'll definitely see a little arrow there as well as it's clearing off. That's pretty sweet. See, Tim's foot is almost standing on a classic archaic find. You remember these bad boys? The old iPods. Cool. Who had one of these?
Yeah, me.
Me too.
Guilty.
I reckon I'll charge it up, that'll go again. Oh, what you got, man? Oh, you got a nice little bottle.
Just broken a bit on the bottom.
Oh, there we go. Oh.
I'm happy.
Let's have a look.
About that. Lovely old little Victorian.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah. That'll do to end this little foreshore.
Beautiful, well done, mate.
Thank you.
Well, we found a few of these Indian offerings and just found a couple more. Little lizards, they're a first. Usually we find snakes and stuff, but oh look, that. I thought it was a little Pandora charm, but it's not, it's just a little bolt. But these are cool. Oh, upside down. Oh, these might be Buddhist, these ones, because I think they've got the possibly got the little thing on the back. I don't know, not sure, but they're cute. Whilst on the embankment we spotted these glorious bronze lions with mooring rings in their mouths. Now these were put there when the embankment was built in the 1860s. They have become known as an early flood warning system for Londoners, and if the River Thames ever engulfs the lions, it is said that London will flood. There's a funny rhyme to remember to go with it. When the lions drink, London will sink. When it's up to their mains, we'll go down the drains. When the water is sucked, you can be sure we're all in trouble. Now I know that Tim likes his music. I wonder if he'll appreciate this. I expect him to take it home and wash it. And wear it. Because Tim, believe it or not, is an awesome musician. Got you a present, Tim, foreshore present, look.
Oh yeah, that would suit me actually. Yeah, lovely.
Nice,
I like that. Yeah.
Nice tie, and the new design is nice and puffed out. Look.
Yeah. Dead snake, that isn't it?
You like your guitar, don't you?
Yeah, sweet as. Thanks, Si.
No, you were very welcome.
That is the right note.
Right, so here we are. We're having a post Mudlark drink. Go through a few of our finds and see what we got. Cheers. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. Well, look, my beautiful sensor is right in the middle. Obviously, it's only modern, but still pretty cool. We can have a little count up, C1 coins. I think Matt might just have pinched me there.
Thanks, matey.
But yeah, some good stuff. And I even took the jam jars home. So I'm going to eat them, you know, because they're still sealed. So, and I've done it before. Matt's looking at me with disgust. They're tasty. It's good Thames grub. You've got to recycle these things if they're not being used. So go on, Matt, have a quick count up.
We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24.
24, well you beat me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Even if I count the odd few that I threw towards Tim, that still doesn't beat you. So well done, Matt, you win Mudlarker of the day in terms of volume of coins.
Well done.
Right, so Tim, what did you find today, mate? Did you have a good time?
Yeah, I loved the new spot Si you showed me, and I think we all had a nice fresh look on the embankment today. So some of my finds include, really pleased about a fragment of an early bowl here, Church Warden. And this, it would sort of, you know, if you want to be really, you know, something like this back in the day, but these are from different periods. This is obviously a bit later, these are earlier. I then come across lots of nails and stuff which I understand are from, you know, Tudor times, along with Tudor pots. You know, you can see the fingerprints here where people would have made the work. And I believe this is really going back far.
You like
medieval.
Pottery, don't you?
Yeah, and I mean, obviously there was a few coins, but you know, there wasn't anything too early today. But yeah, I was really pleased just to potter about and enjoy the guys' company on a fresh for a cold day.
Well said there, Tim. So you're gonna go to the bar now and spend all this shrapnel.
Got about a couple of quid here. But I've got a coin here, which is 1951, and it's 1 pice. I don't know if you can see that.
Oh yeah, one pice.
I'm not sure what country it's from.
India.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, nice.
There we go, we've got that one. And then we've got a 1915 Halfpenny.
19.
George VI on the back.
Oh, beautiful. What's got there?
Victorian clay marble.
Very nice.
Some fly buttons. Another button as well.
Yeah.
Plain. And then we think maybe what piece of printing press. It looks in the shape of a submarine.
That is brilliant. I love that, if that is what it is. Would you mind if I took that and printed it for you?
Of course you can. Yeah, of course you can.
Can I look at these?
A fuse.
It looks like it's almost... Do you know what it looks like to me? It looks like a spark plug.
I thought it looked like a submarine.
Spark plug or submarine?
Submarine, I'm going
Very
for
submarine, I'm going for spark plug, but we'll see if we can get a print off from that.
That's a nice one, that, isn't it? Wow.
So yeah, obviously this is a really cool sensor, but I mean the shape of that, if you saw that, if you dug that out of the mud, out of the black mud, you'd say that was medieval, but I'm pretty sure it's only a modern one. But it's just so cool, isn't it? It looks like a couple of Christ from Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. If anyone's seen that film, you know what I mean. But their one was made of wood. I think it's awesome. I love it. Oh, we have a little, couple of little marbles as well. There we go. A little Indian offering lizard. Couldn't leave these behind. Oops, marble's gone. So I'll just showing the chickens. Oh, don't bite her. Just showing the chickens my piece of pottery that I found. It looks like it's probably modern. I've spoken to my mate Richard Hemery, who knows a lot about pottery, and he's told me the same. It's most likely a chafing dish where they've warmed up some food in there. The holes interestingly don't go all the way through, so It does look like a very old, cool little thing. Unfortunately, we don't think it's old. However, it does have a use, because we can just use it to feed the chickens. But after all, it was designed as a serving pot. What do you reckon? Want to try some of that? Yummy. Works quite well. Yeah, so here's that beautiful old sailor's ring. It's most likely brass, but I'll do a little gold test on it later, just in case, but I'm pretty sure it's brass. It looks like they've had a little setting there for a stone, so all I'm going to do now is just clean it up with a little Dremel with a brass brush, just to get some of the crud off, and then I'm going to set a new stone in there. Can you guess what sort of stone I'm going to put in there? Well, it's going to be a garnet. Well, we'll do a little gold test, just using this little bit of acid, sulfuric acid I think it is, very diluted version, and we just put a little drop on here, and if it stays clear it means that it's gold or precious metal. If it goes black or grey, we know that it's brass, and immediately you can see that it's going to go grey, and it'll also stain the metal ever so slightly, but we can clean that back. But now we know that it's not gold. See, it's staining that there. Never mind. Didn't think it was gold, but now we know for sure. Right then, all that's left to do is to put the little garnet into the little setting. So I've got some glue here. I think what I might do is put the glue in the setting and then pop the garnet in there. That seems to make the most sense to me. There we go, little double glue. Make sure I've got it the right way around. Dropped it. Right, found it again. There we go, looking perfect. How about that, eh? Beautiful, upcycled old Thames ring. And it fits. Whoopie-doo. So here we have Matt's lovely little printing block. And I was right, it was a spark plug. You can see quite clearly now, once it's been cleaned, you can actually see the name of the brand as well, which is Bethlehem Spark Plugs. How cool is that? I'll tell you a bit about that in a sec, but first I think we should do some printing. So I've got some ink, this stuff's pretty good, and I'm just going to do some crude stamping just to see if I can get a nice print off it. It's very old, it's been in the river quite a while, so yeah, maybe not. But I just had another thought. When I do printing blocks like this, usually make them into t-shirts, so if I get a nice print out of it, I'll stick one on the front of a t-shirt. I think that'd be quite cool. And put it on Etsy. You guys have been really helpful in the past because I've printed before. Now I'm using a bit of a spongy surface rather than a hard surface. But yeah, in an ideal world I'd have a roller, but I don't have one, so I'm just going to use a tiny bit of ink and just do a bit of trial and error and see what comes of it. Might take a couple of goes to get a decent print, or might not get one at all. Again, this is probably the wrong sort of ink, but it will give you an idea. Yeah, not bad Not bad for a 100-year-old printing plate. First time it's been printed in 100 years. This company was about in the 1920s, so it's kind of cool that it's the first time it's been printed in 100 years. Well, after a bit of trying, I've got one that's fairly good. Again, you cannot see all the detail, however it looks pretty good in that sort of style look. That's really cool, I love that. I might just refine it digitally and add a few bits that might make it look a bit cooler, and then bung on a t-shirt design. But I'll use that exact print, so if you do decide to buy it just for a bit of fun, you'll know that this has been printed from an original 1920s stamp that's been found in the River Thames, but not by me, but by good mate Matt. So here's my design for the t-shirt, and doesn't it look as cool as mud? I found an early piece of packaging, so I used the same colours to recreate my version of the graphic. The name Bethlehem came from the place of manufacture, not the Holy Land, which I thought was a very clever marketing gimmick, using the Star of Bethlehem, etc. Nope, it was originally manufactured by the Silvex Corporation, based in South Bethlehem in Pennsylvania, in good old US of A. Fancy that. In about 1918, they received a contract from Ford Motor Company to supply a quantity of spark plugs for the Model T Ford and the Fordson tractor production. I hope you like it, and it's on the Etsy store if you fancy supporting me. Well, here's that interesting little button that I found on the foreshore. Going to attempt to give it a little clean, although I think it might be rather sick. The pewter seems to have bubbled up around it, so I'm not sure how much detail we'll get. However, we're not going to get very much at the moment like this, so we've got nothing to lose really. I'll have a little look under the eyeglass to see if I can make out any letters before I use electrolysis, just in case. But we should be able to find out something. So it's hard to see, but I think I can make out the word Barks, B-E-R-K-S at the top there, which makes it possibly a Berkshire Regiment button. I think it's definitely military. Anyway, we'll give it a zap and see if we can clean it up any further. So I'm just using electrolysis to help get rid of some of the crud. A little current there helps remove the top surface, and obviously then we can have a better look at the detail. Well, sadly the tin pest on this was a bit too much for it. It hasn't really cleaned up much better. I've just made it a little bit less grey, but yeah, there's no way of cleaning it any much beyond this. I think I can see a few bits of detail on it, so if I manage to ID it, I'll let you know, but it's going to be a tough one. So I think with that word, Barks, giving me a clue, I think I've worked out that this is actually a button from the Royal Berkshire Militia and dates to the mid-1800s. Pretty cool, huh? So this is what the uniform would have looked like back in the day. Looks a bit like me, Matt and Tim, doesn't it? So there we go, mud lovers. Please click on this link to see some even more amazing mudlarking, and I'll see you on the next Mudventure.